So unfortunately, and I say unfortunately because it is just a quick update, that opportunity with business announcer did not work out like I planned. Unfortunately, and again I say unfortunately, because what I had said in defense of business announcer, since I understand that the nature of startups can be difficult and whatnot, when I was doing commentary with business announcer, a comment that I made in the Slack server was, I'm going to be generous and say misinterpreted, because somebody had come into the Slack server and accused those of us whom were working for a business announcer as basically making ourselves quote-unquote slaves to the CEO and founder. Well, unfortunately, and I am using the word unfortunately for a reason, I literally said to the guy whom came into the Slack server, essentially really uninvited, I said to him, look, we're all trying to make the best of a bad situation. So here I was trying to defend business announcer because, as I said, I understand that the nature of startups can be extremely difficult. And I was just glad that the commentary that I've written finally had some kind of platform to get out there. So telling someone that I was trying to make the best of a bad situation apparently got interpreted as, oh, basically, I want to denigrate the startup for which I'm working. And I've had that happen before. And I can give the full example, because if I get sued or whatever at this point, I really don't care. But this has happened to me before, where, for example, for some reason, Rita Cosby decided to follow me on Twitter, and when I defended her after someone accused her of being a liar, of course I asked rhetorically, I said to that person, oh, do you really think that she's a liar? Well, she's the one who unfollowed me, never mind that I was defending her. So, unfortunately, I'm used to that kind of situation. So the same thing here happened with business announcer. That's apparently what I get for trying to defend others. And so, unfortunately, when I've tried to defend others and it's, for lack of a better term, backfired on me, it's not a situation to which I'm unaccustomed, but as I said, and I used, trying to remember, because I don't always get the grammatical fine points correct, but as I used the adverb for it, at best, it's unfortunate that when I defend someone and then I get treated as if I were attacking them. Like I said, at best it's unfortunate, and what can I do? But it is what it is, and so I'm currently trying to move on from what happened with business announcer. Oh, also, speaking of Twitter things, I am, and I've already said this in my Twitter philosophy that I've pinned as my tweet. I know people say, well, it's called X now. Okay, well, many of us still know it as Twitter. The point being, so on Twitter/X, I have this blog entry, my basic Twitter philosophy. I pin that as my primary tweet so that others can see what I am doing on Twitter, etc., what my philosophy about using Twitter is. Point being, I am starting to reinforce my own policy of if someone mutually follows me on Twitter and then they unfollow me, I'll unfollow them, because if they don't have time for me, I don't have time for them. And I've been through enough in life where it's like, you know what, if someone doesn't have time for me, I'm not going to try to chase them down anymore. I'm not going to try to ask them what's going on. If they tell me that they don't want to deal with me and that they're just tired of me, etc., I'll say, you know what? If you're tired of me, then I don't want to waste your time. Anyway, that's just a bit of an update, I guess. And what else can I say? And if you want to see more of what I'm thinking or more of what's going on in pretty much my life as it is, what can I say? You can follow me on Twitter. You can read my blog. I'm still writing commentary, hoping to get picked up by a platform or an organization or whomever else whom appreciates the kind of commentary that I write. And I'm also working on another book. I unfortunately can't say that anything will come of it since most of my books have not sold. And out of respect for family members, I've actually had to, for right now, unpublish some things that I've written. But it is what it is, and what can I do? And if God wills differently, He'll bring things about to work in my favor for His glory. And if He wills differently, that's what He'll bring about. So there's that. By the way, I know that some people are going to say, oh, it's like an almost 7-minute update is too long. Well, given the, for lack of a better term, given the interval between many of my videos and all that, I would say that 7 minutes compared to maybe a week or so is not that much of, it's not that much of time for an update as compared to the interval between videos. Anyway, and even despite the circumstances that are going on right now, for those whom are following the biblical calendar, even, like I said, even in the midst of the circumstances that are going on right now, I mean, it really is hard to say that, I mean, what joy can we really have with the current circumstances going on? But to be fair, at least those whom have had the fortune to make Aliyah and those whom have had the fortune to be born in Israel are at least fighting back. And some of the terrorists have already been captured and one is currently being interrogated. So I guess because those whom have had the fortune of making Aliyah and being born in Israel have been able to fight back, I guess that even despite the circumstances that caused Israel to have to fight back in the first place, I wish everyone a happy 8th day of Sukkot, even despite the circumstances. And we know that we can have simchat Torah, so joy in the Torah, because we can have simchat Yehova, so the joy of Yehova. Anyway, like I said, even despite the circumstances that are going on right now, simchat Torah Tov, and also, as I said, despite the circumstances, Shavuot Tov.